Hi everyone, this is Lorraine and this is Felix. He is 8 weeks old and perfection. Felix. Felix. Yeah. So he's 8 weeks old, super happy baby. He's a really easy baby. Just really everything is really wonderful with him. So I am very grateful for such a wonderful little baby. He's just amazing in every single way. So I'm not sure how much he weighs at this point. I think that he probably weighs around 11 to 12 pounds. We have his doctor's appointment sometime next week, so we'll find out officially by next week's video. But yeah, everything is good. He'll be 2 months next week, which is crazy that amount of time has flown by. Felix is currently in all 0 to 3 month clothing. He has graduated to size 2 diapers. I guess Graham wasn't in size 1 diapers for very long either. So they both went through the size 1 very quickly, and he's in size 2 diapers now. Don't know how long that lasts, but he's in size 2 diapers now. Last week I told you all that he kind of discovered his hands, where he was sucking on his hands a lot. And this week he kind of started discovering his feet, which is cute. I love that phase where they just start kicking back and forth. What really initiated it was him getting super excited with books. I read to him a lot. I'll read to him while I'm holding him, but I read to him a lot while he's in the baby Bjorn bouncer. I read to him and his brother, but we were reading these books that he seemed to love. So I'm going to mention those soon as one of his favorite things. But he kind of started kicking his feet one at a time, back and forth, and just when he was getting really excited. And I remember Graham doing that, and that was one of my favorite things that he did as a baby. He's been talking a lot, just like lots of very vocal. You know, obviously it's not real words yet, but very vocal baby, very happy, and it's like he's communicating with you in the best way that he can, and I absolutely love it. Smiles a lot, talks a lot. I feel like he's gonna be laughing soon because I hear this like kind of like like chuckle. It's not a real laugh yet, but it's working on it. Everything is a process. Everything is new. So when I told Graham to bring us some books to read, he picked out these, which are Pantone color books, little tiny color books that have different shades of color in them with different shapes. And this is super visually appealing to him. So there's like the snail, and then they're cut out. So let's show you, like, then the turtle. There's like the blue one. He's not really into them at the moment. This is the fun stage where he starts to get a little bit more active. And I feel like you can start kind of really introducing different toys and things along those lines into, you know, the groove of things. So he's been playing on his activity mat, which I showed you maybe like 2 weeks ago. We started using that, and he loves to swat at the toys on that. So finally this past week I put on his baby Bjorn toy bar, and he loves it. He really loves it. He swats at the thing, and he'll sit in there for a long period of time just playing with it. He was playing with it one morning, and I just needed to get him out because it had just been a decent amount of time. And he actually started like crying as I'm pulling him out of it because he wanted to continue playing with it. And I haven't experienced that with him where he wants to keep playing with something or doing something. It's more like, you know, he just kind of goes along for the ride and everything is cool. But he actually got upset that he was going to stop playing with his baby Bjorn toy bar. I also added his toy bar to his Nuna Leaf. Doesn't enjoy it as much, but he like stares down this little owl on it. You like that? Touch it. It's an owl. It goes hoo-hoo. And it keeps him occupied for a little bit. He's just staring down the owl. Not the other ones, but the owl. Something about the owl on there he likes. Oh, also because of how excited that he's been getting lately with just these toys and everything, in the bouncer now he's actually able to create movement, his own movement, which is really cool. So he started like kicking his feet, and now he has his own movement in the baby Bjorn bouncer, so it bounces a little bit. And those are the kind of things that I really love, are things that there are certain things, I just don't like toys that make noise. I hate toys that make noise. So I really want him to have toys and things that he creates his own noises for and plays with without it being something overly stimulating. Because anytime Graham would be introduced to that kind of stuff, which I really didn't want him to be, but you know, there's always like the gift that you get and it's one of those toys. He'd be always super annoyed after he played with it. So I think it was just overly stimulating, but yeah, the baby Bjorn bouncer with the toy bar, probably one of my ultimate favorite baby purchases. I actually have 2 of the bouncers. I thought I had 2 of the toy bars too, but I might only have 1, so I might have to buy a second one because I like to have the bouncer. I have one in my car right now so that I could bring it to work with me if I need it. Usually I would leave it at work, but I kind of left it in my car just because I thought, like, if we go over to someone's house, it's nice to have. It's just extremely, it folds flat. A lot of baby things don't fold completely flat like that. It's good for travel. It's just a really good purchase. Graham used his until he was like over 1.5. He would sit in it while we were in the shower and he'd just kind of like lounge in it. Not with the toy bar anymore at that point, but he would lounge in there while we would get a shower and stuff, and it was so nice because it kind of like strapped him down. I do have my video coming, I promise, that I talked to you all about the my top baby products. It might turn into, I don't know, it'll be here soon enough, but I've got to do some other stuff in the process. It's a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be worth it. But that mentioned in last week's video that he's been needing to be swaddled during kind of nap time, but he's kind of breaking free. So I brought out my Woombi, which is basically a baby straitjacket, which I'll show you now. Took off his little shoes, but we're gonna put him in his Woombi, which is this baby straitjacket. The white color makes it look even more like a straitjacket. I also have a navy one and then a gray one that I bought recently, or more recently. These other 2 are from when Graham was a baby. But basically, we're gonna take this little baby, and then we're gonna lay this nice and flat. Let's move it down a little, just so his head. Okay. There. We're going to put his little feet in. Sometimes he wiggles a lot, so it's a process to get him in. Okay. Other arm. Keep your hands in there. Oh, you look handsome. Hi, baby. Hi. Most of the time he's really happy after I put it on him. Yeah. Yeah. And then usually I hold him for a little bit and maybe like rock him a little bit. He can't get out. I rock him a little bit and then he ends up falling asleep. And then I'll lay him down in his crib. But I used them like once with Graham, not more than that, but he needs it to fall asleep, so. Felix. But I've actually heard him in here, he'll wake up and he'll start crying for maybe like a couple minutes. And if you can wait out the couple minutes, he'll fall back asleep. But it's that waiting it out that's like a little stressful. Oh, you're like, let me out. Okay, I'm gonna help you go to sleep now, okay, buddy? You need it. You need it. You're like, I don't need it. That's the little giggle. Sounds like that. Are you in a straitjacket? Are you in a baby straitjacket? Baby life. That's been keeping him calm and sleeping well. It's nap time now, so I'm trying to get through this. I also started walking this week, so I've been putting him in his Bugaboo bassinet, like the lay down thing, and I've been walking with him in that, which has been fine. He cries in it a little bit. And I would love to do a whole review on my Bugaboo chameleon, just because so many people ask me about it, and I have so many things that I'd like to say about it that I feel like I should make a whole video on it. But we've been walking in it. We bought a fan off Amazon. Keep him cool along the way because it's hot in Florida and super humid. But I made another video for my other channel about getting in the best shape ever, and so I needed to start walking. So I did it. So if you're interested in my body, I'm going to be doing weekly updates on what I'm doing to get in the best shape ever over my channel, The Current Custom. That's it for now. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them below, and we will see you all soon with another video. Goodbye.